What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another week of the Writers Room presented by Breaking and Entering. I'm Allen Halas, and I'm joined, as always, by my River West co-host of this show, the music director for Breaking and Entering, the host of the Mr. Nice Guy podcast, and just all-around good guy. All of those things. He's doing some kind of binoculars thing. Am I missing something there? I don't know, but I believe that's Ben Slowey. Ben Slowey is joining us on the show today. How you doing, man?
Well, shit, I was just fixating on Milwaukee's Music Hub. I thought that's what I saw in the background behind you.
I believe, yes, that's what this is.
I'm in the right place. Good to see you, Alan. I'm just fine. I'm sick of yawning all the time. I feel like I'm just tired, like, all the time. I don't know if it's like the carbs I eat or the coffee I drink or just giving myself too much shit to do or all of those things. But I'm just like perpetually tired and drowsy. But, you know, I push through.
I was going to say, and you keep the music happening and, you know, that works for us, for all of us. And we thoroughly enjoy it. So, yeah.
Hey, well, you know, if I wasn't doing all of that, if we weren't doing all of this, I don't know where I would be. I'd go insane. So that is it's just a matter of staying in motion for me, you know, and it helps with our output with all the stuff coming out. To stay busy.
Yeah, definitely. Things are going well over on this end. I did, however, stub my toe super hard right before we went to start this show. So I am actively bleeding. So my blood, sweat, and tears have definitely gone into Breaking and Entering now. I can confirm it 100%. It is for sure happened.
Dude, you need to get that checked out or something, or
I'll be all right. I couldn't believe that I hit it hard enough to actually draw blood, but you know what? There we are. I know, Ben, you don't watch a ton of baseball, but the Kurt Schilling bloody sock game, that's what this is for me. It's the bloody sock version of the writer's room. So.
Well, damn. Well, if you need to leave at any point in time to patch yourself up, take a knee, my friend. But
we'll see. We'll see how bad that situation goes. In the meantime, I'm going to assess some damage while we get into our first video of this week. It's from GPL Magico featuring Cypher Lady X. The song is called Can't Wait. I am excited for the south side of Milwaukee because I think this may be the year that they finally get their due for being some of the underrated artists in the hip-hop scene. So let's get right into it. This is GPL Magico. Can't Wait on the Writers Room.
El tiempo se acaba, la vida se termina, el dinero va y viene, primero la familia, tantas cosas buenas, malas pasaron en mi vida, gracias a mi abuelo nunca sentiré envidia, como yo quisiera volver raspando con mis tíos en la milpa, a los que me aman gracias por su compañía, nunca se me olvidan los que me subieron para arriba, si no fuera por mis jefes yo me perdería, me sigue la malicia, me encanta la adrenalina, la sangre que yo llevo explota como dinamita, si no fuera por mis hijos sepa dónde yo andaría, gracias a mi esposa respaldame cada día.
Can't wait for the day I will see you again. In my heart you will always stay. Waiting for the day you will open up the gates. Life's too short, there's no time to play. Can't wait till the day I will see you again. Can't wait till the day you will open
que un día te volveré a ver. En mi corazón te mantendré, tus consejos nunca los olvidaré. Para la familia allí siempre estaré, un buen amigo siempre lo conservaré. Los envidiosos del pizarrón los borraré, mi 45 a mi lado siempre mantendré. La muerte no respeta, varias veces la enfrenté. Gracias al Señor me le escapé, siempre al tiro con el queso las ratas atrapé. Cuando me agarró la jura la boca yo tapé, aquí estoy al 100, a nadie le fallé.
Can't wait for the day I will see you again. In my heart you will always stay. Waiting for the day you will open up the gates. Life's too short, there's no time to play. Can't wait till the day I will see you again. Can't wait till the day you will open up the gate. See you again. Despierto en mi cama y no siento tu aliento, lo siento no estar junto a ti. El viento me abraza un momento, solo ese momento sé que estás aquí. Quisiera volver a abrazarte y esperar que regreses a mí. No temas, no hay penas allá donde queda su alma. Ahora será feliz. Yo viviré por ti. Hasta yo estar ahí. Yo moriría por ti. Yo viviré por ti.
Yeah, bitch, yo soy el mágico. Esto viene del corazón, esto va para ti. Ay.
All right, that was GPL Magico featuring Cypher Lady X. That song is called Can't Wait. And like I said, Ben, I think that this is the year that the South Side finally gets a little bit more of their just due than they've had in the past. I grew up on the South Side, so I have a little bit of bias there, but it does always seem like, especially within hip hop, North Side, East Side had always kind of reigned over Milwaukee hip hop. And now I feel like, actually, I should say, more than the city being divided by sides, there's going to be more unity within the city, you know?
That's why we push for every day with every write-up that we do, to bring that unity and make it centralized into just like, we're all fighting for the same thing. So I think we're closer to that than ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that some of the things, the initiatives happening or that were happening before the pandemic hit too, like High Tribe was booking, artists from all over the city together. We were seeing a little bit more of like mixed bills and mixed genre bills, things like the Land by the Lake Festival that, kind of brought together North and South Side. I think that there's going to be more of that, especially now because everybody's going to realize like it's not, worth having the division. So, and I think, the South Side will benefit greatly from it. Definitely. So.
Totally. Yeah. We're going to make sure everyone eats this
Yes.
year, as they say.
Whole lot of eating. Speaking of, we got new music. We've got a ton of that over on breakingandentering.net this week. We got some great releases. We got a new EP and a video from Dubsack, who just puts out so much content, but is really, really coming into his own, especially on some of his more recent stuff. But we got the Dub Is Down EP from him this week.
Yeah, he is one we've definitely been watching in the last couple months. Like his output has been insane. He's definitely like bringing like an emo vibe to his brand of hip hop, where you can tell he's been going through some shit. He's definitely been like ruminating, and he's putting that into a really like tormented approach to hip hop that can be as energetic as it is just so emotionally convicted.
Yeah.
And he does a really good job of bringing both those things where it's like shit can break your heart, but it can also get you jumping up and down.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about what Dubsack is doing. And the new video is super crazy. It's the ideas that he's been missing, and it's like a found footage thing, and he's just losing his mind, just breaking shit in his house. And it's pretty funny, but it's also like, holy shit, like he's really like living into it.
We've also seen Dubsack dress as Jesus before for his Jesus Piece video, so the commitment is there to the visuals to go all out on that too. What else we got this week? We got a new EP from Cam as well on Friday.
Actually, that thing, by the way, is gonna be, I think, one of the best hip hop albums of the year.
Really? Okay.
Everything Must Go is just what Cam has been teasing towards for the last couple months now. Yeah. And it's just about putting everything that doesn't matter behind you and just, really putting yourself into good situations and around good people and working towards good goals.
Yeah.
And especially after like COVID, I think that the music Cam is making and the themes he's incorporating, like that's anthemic to the way a lot of people are hopefully resetting right now. So
absolutely. And when I did get to talk to him for Breaking and Entering Radio, I remember that he had at one point like 200 songs on a hard drive. He told me that he's got way more than that now. And he just works his ass off and records. So speaking of putting out, being super productive, he's another artist that just has so much stuff in the tank and we don't even know about it. But yeah, I'm sure some of the best of that made its way into Everything Must Go for sure.
Dude, totally. I'm also enlisting the cheat guide this week. And so we also got some noise from the indie rock scene in the last week. We got a new song from Bandolier Bacall.
Yep.
Who just bring like a really like retro meets modern style of indie rock.
Yeah.
Using like a lot of like, old like oldies sort of themes into like a really like energetic, fun brand of rock that is commonly heard today.
Yeah.
So like the song that they just dropped in the last week sounds like it could be out of the 60s or something.
Right.
But they've got a new record coming out soon. We also got the new Jazzcore Friction record, Hemipenes.
Yep.
Finally dropped last week as well.
Yeah, and I was excited to see that because we saw the video. We've seen the video here on the Writers' Room as well, and we've been playing it. I didn't know how political they were necessarily going to go with it, but they leaned in on it. And I mean, after the last year, who can blame them, really?
Lesser than two dicks.
Yes.
Lesser than two dicks.
Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to shout out from this past week is Aggie Silver. So she is in Negative Positive, the young indie rock band that are the Girls Rock MKE alumni.
Yep.
And so she's got this new song that's very like vulnerable and just super honest about like not loving someone the way you wish you did.
Right.
Which I can relate to those feelings myself. So yeah, it's some good sad girl indie pop.
Yeah.
And I think she's only 16, but
yeah, I was gonna say
killing it.
The thing I like about that band is that they've basically grown up writing songs. So a lot of times when you're making music, you're making music kind of in hindsight. As far as like, I mean, everybody's after like the teen angst or trying to recapture that kind of spirit. But but Negative Positive have literally grown up since I don't know when they started making music together, but they couldn't have been a little bit more than 10, 11 years old. So literally, we're watching them, like almost write their diaries down into song. And this new release from I'm blanking
Aggie
on her name.
Silver.
Thank you. I was like, I wanted to say Anna, and I knew that wasn't right. But yeah, no. This new release, it does feel like it's a diary entry, but a very very personal one, and sometimes the best music comes out of that.
Totally. Alan, tell us about the new Godzilla record that
Yeah.
we got in the last week.
It's new-ish, so it came out at the beginning of the year, but it was new to us, and so it's like I want to say I've got a losing track of the count, but I thought it was like 10 songs, maybe more than that. But Godzilla is somebody that has been part of the Big Beat MKE scene, and ever since we met him through that, he's been not just a personality, but he's kind of like the elder statesman of Milwaukee hip hop. I don't want to distinguish that to the lone elder statesman because there have been some people out here that have been highly influential as well. But his beats are absolutely crazy still. I know he spends a lot of time, crafting beat first, but then he's no slouch when it comes to rapping either. I mean, the first song that I think I heard from him is like "We Got Young" or "We Got On, but We're Still Old" or whatever. And that video was crazy because it was kind of like there's this bygone era of Milwaukee hip hop that didn't really get preserved the way it was. But artists like Godzilla are the ones that are kind of still out here doing their thing and adapting to getting older, and that's kind of what the album is.
Yeah. I'll never forget when I saw him win the Cream City beat battle at Company Brewing. Like, it had to be 2 years ago at this point now.
I know.
But
it sounds crazy to say.
Yeah, but going head to head with Spice God, it was like older generation against like a newer generation of beatsmiths. But they both brought like a really palpable blend of energy that night that everyone enjoyed from both dimensions, and just to see like the mutual respect and honor that they both showed each other was it was great to see, because it just shows how diverse like a lot of the producers are in Milwaukee, and really excited that we have events like that as well as Big Beat.
Yeah, and whenever I need to show somebody an example of what Big Beat MKE is, I show them the battle between Godzilla and 40 Mil, which actually was footage that Godzilla shot because it's better than the footage that I have of it. But it is like the best atmosphere because the place is packed. I mean, if you haven't seen it, really, just look it up on YouTube. But the place is packed. Everybody's going nuts, and those are again two beat battlers that really do respect each other and know the craft of creating a battle beat versus like a song. But they can do both, and it's like one of the best battles I think I've ever seen out of Big Beat MKE. So you should go check it out if you haven't seen it. Just YouTube it; it's super worth it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Go.
But yeah, there's tons of new music, and we got to give a quick shout out to somebody that's been a loyal follower of this show and our Twitch stream in general, Mr. Anson Obvious, who is our next video that we are going to get into. I had not seen this one until today. Stan at the Office. It's a recent one from him, and it's super cool. It's ridiculous, but I like it a lot. So. Shout out to Anson. Thank you for being a supporter of the show. And we're going to play your video now. This is Stan at the Office from Anson Obvious.
I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office, but I can seem a little standoffish. I should ask Stan if he wants a sandwich, because I'm going to the stand to get a Miles Standish. I asked Stan if he wanted a Standish, because I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office. I walked miles to the stand for a sandwich. I accidentally got Stan the wrong sandwich, so I ate the Standish. I ate it one-handed. I arrived at the office and I was empty-handed. I guess I'll go to the stand to get another sandwich. I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office. I'm sorry, Stan.
Stand at the office, just understand. I was mean to stand at the office, just understand. I was mean to stand at the office, just understand. I was mean to stand at the office, just understand.
When I got back, I gave Stan Miles a sandwich, and I told Stan to eat his sandwich in the office. I watched Stan shove his sandwich in his orifice. I stood over Stan as he ate his sandwich. Stan Miles ate his sandwich, he ate it one-handed. The Miles Standish that I got from the sandwich stand. I didn't mean to stand over Stan at the office, but I can seem a little standoffish. I'm sorry, Stan.
I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan.
I'm sorry, Stan, if I got your order wrong last time. Did I do it right this time, Stan? Did you get everything you need? Did I forget napkins? Do you like napkins, Stan? Do you want mustard? Do you like eat mustard on your sandwich, Stan? Hey, Stan, do you still like me, Stan? Do you care about me, Stan? 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 Stan?
I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan. I was mean to stand at the office, I'm sorry, Stan.
I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office. I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office. I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office. I didn't mean to be mean to Stan at the office.
That was Stan at the Office by Anson Obvious and the Uncomfortable Moments. Shout out to Anson, who is watching right now. Great video. Absolutely insane. It looked like maybe downtown Waukesha, if I'm guessing. But crazy to see. I hope Stan is doing well and that
Shout
you
out
got
to
the
Stan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stan.
Shout out to Stan for being so straight-faced, and everybody in the uncomfortable moments for making that kind of uncomfortable, honestly.
Yeah. So Anson, for those that don't know, Anson Obvious is like a comedy rocker, singer-songwriter, and his shows are wild. His shows will get the whole room involved in some way. And he's definitely a guy we'll have to book once shows are back in full swing, because there's no one I've really come across who's doing what he's doing. He makes music based on like social awkwardness and just being accident prone and just being really quirky and eccentric, but leaning into that. And that's the whole idea of like that uncomfortable moments moniker. So yeah, and he's been one of my biggest supporters as Mr. Nice Guy, and I can't thank him enough for that. So big shout out and much love to Anson Obvious. Just for
absolutely
being a great friend and team player.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of live shows, I don't wanna jinx anything. Knock on wood, like fingers crossed, all that. But I did actually talk with somebody today about the possibility of some live music returning by like summer. Outdoors, obviously done the right way, safely. But dare I say it, we might be getting closer to some outdoor things happening, to some summertime things happening. One can only hope. I cannot wait for the return of live music by any means. Like as soon as I can see somebody perform, I am going to be doing that.
Same here. Like I mean, I hopefully we're all vaccinated by then. That would be amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, I am itching for it. Like because we're coming up on a year since our last like nights booking shows as Breaking and Entering.
Yep.
And aside from a couple one-off outdoor shows I saw over the summer, it's
been very few and far between.
It's been very hard being deprived of that. I know everyone is craving that so much. And you know what I was thinking about? Like, what about all the music that people have dropped during quarantine? Like, it's going to be a lot of stuff we hear at shows for the first time being played live.
Yeah.
But it's also like, what are people going to do about their old stuff too? It's like, I'm interested in like, are people like, because normally a lot of people play songs at
from the
shows.
New record or
from new records or upcoming records, and now it's like everything is just like out already. So I'm interested in like how people are gonna like design and curate their set lists.
And it's going to be interesting to see how people structure things, with music that they've written that is unreleased too at that point, because I would be willing to guess that there's going to be a lot of testing things, especially in those early months of performing live again, testing stuff out live just to see how it sounds, because everybody's had time to write and everybody's had time to put music together. So who knows what we're going to get when it comes to the live music scene. I can tell you honestly, I went to Cactus Club last week and got some food outside there with a buddy, and I cannot wait for not even that feeling of being in the club, but that feeling of like when you go outside because it's too warm inside the club and you go out there to just cool down, and the atmosphere out there of people like milling about. That's what I think I miss more than almost as much as the shows, I would say. We were talking about Big Beat MKE before. I miss being outside of the venue, yelling at everybody to come inside for the next beat battle because there's 40 people hanging outside smoking out on the street.
Oh yeah, totally. Like that constant shift of the in and out of the show.
Yeah.
I was talking to Rachel Thompson on the podcast this last week, and she was a bartender at Cactus Club. And I was saying, because we were talking about just how much we miss that place, and I mentioned specifically one thing I miss is going to the bathroom on the left to take a piss and noticing like what stickers are there that weren't there last time I was there.
Yeah.
Because there's new stickers slapped on all over that room. all the time. So I always like, or what stickers like I didn't notice were there before that like, oh, it's like, oh shit. Like I haven't even noticed that's been there this whole time.
It is the little things like that that made the live music experience what it was, for sure. So cannot wait for that to get back, and we will be standing watching somebody play music at us, hopefully soon, hopefully
Yes,
safely and soon. So
indubitably.
in the meantime, since you're craving music, obviously, we've got we do every week. We check out some new music from our collections, where we both have extensive vinyl collections. And Ben runs through his apartment blindfolded and grabs a record at random. I reach behind me and grab a vinyl record, and that's your homework. That's what you got to listen to for the next week. We won't give you a book report, we swear. So Ben, would you like to go first this week with the random record selection, or would you like to leave it up to me?
You can go first this week.
It's on me this time. All right, we're gonna go up again. Again, we're going high in the alphabet. I don't want to grab
You know what,
something.
Alan, I'm gonna actually suggest this time because these are the records that often get left out. Are grab one from the edge.
Okay, okay, I like that. All the way on the edge. This is
Yes.
literally the last one on this shelf, and it's a weird one. Don't you worry. It's a weird
Okay.
one. I don't think you're gonna find this one on streaming anywhere. I inherited a good portion of my record collection from my uncle, who was an artist, and so a lot of like instrumental things made the record collection. So this is a compilation record of flamenco virtuoso,
Oh,
all flamenco guitarist music sabicas. I believe it's from the Musical Heritage Society. I'm willing to bet you can't find this one on Spotify. I don't know, but I would say in the meantime you should maybe just check out some flamenco instrumental music, and I think that'll suffice.
just go ahead and check it out, man. Check it
Just check
out.
it out. Just check it out. Sabicas, I believe, from what I'm quickly skimming here, is the name of the artist. But again, I don't think you're gonna find flamenco virtuoso here anytime soon. So that was a weird one. Ben, what do you got for us?
Sure thing. Boy, okay. This week we've got "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, I don't really have to say too much about Pink Floyd other than that they're one of the greatest bands of all time.
Yes.
I, I mean, I love The Dark Side of the Moon for sure, but this is a very, very good record too. I particularly really like the artwork that comes with it. It's sort of like just like this mysterious, like surrealist guy
Yeah.
with a clear record in his hand as his foot is on a briefcase in the middle of a sand dune, and then
It's
the
all
back,
symbolism.
yeah, and then the back is these two guys shaking hands while one of them is on fire. So
Ah, well,
yeah,
there
a
you
lot
go.
of, like you said, a lot of symbolism. I mean, Pink Floyd are known to just make a lot of music that centers on like anti-war and anti-greed and just like a lot of just sort of like a dystopian mindset of like just the world and how you know interconnected everything is.
And
So
what a time to listen to something like that.
you
Honestly.
don't say. And this came out in 1975, I believe, and we're still having the same conversation.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
that is what I got.
speaking of Pink Floyd, real quick, this is where I have to quickly flex the vinyl collector muscle just a little bit, because one of my prized possessions that I inherited in the vinyl collection that I made sure stayed around is Pink Floyd's first 11 albums on box set. That's
Damn.
11 vinyl records. It's a lot. Um, there's
Yeah.
3 posters in here. There is a shit ton of liner notes. Um, I believe there's at least a picture disc in here too. If you ever want to look up how much this goes for, it is not cheap, and I'm very glad that I have this as part of my collection. Probably won't ever sell it or get rid of it in any means. So
Yeah, don't.
yeah, no. I just had to, because he pulled out a Pink Floyd record. I had to boast one of my favorite pieces, I think, from my record collection. So
You're welcome to flex, my friend. Welcome to flex.
let's get into our last video for this week. It is Women's History Month, and we did just come out of Black History Month, so it's a very, very fitting video. It is Travi Trav, who's a producer, and he says, the video actually says featuring Kamala Harris. Interpret that how you want. But you know more about Travi Trav. What's kind of his background? What's his deal?
Yeah, he's a DJ and producer, like you said, in the club scene here. And he's been dropping a lot of cuts in the last year that have been just, party bangers. And he's really talented. And this new song he just dropped with the video is just a celebration of everything Black women have built this world into, and that they are the backbone of our society, and it's just a spotlight of never forgetting that. So yeah, I really admire like how he just added like a creative touch that you can dance to while also feeling empowered. Song.
Yeah, so here it is. Without further ado, this is Travi Trav. This is Black Women. It's on the Writers' Room.
Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the Black women who are too often overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. Black women who fought so much. 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 Black women who fought so much, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. Black women who fought so much. 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 Black women who fought so much, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. Because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the children of our country, regardless of your gender, our country has sent you a clear message. Dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourselves in a way that others may not, simply because they've never seen it before. But know that we will applaud you every step of the way. Black women who fought so much. 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 Black women who fought so much, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. Black women who fought so much. 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 Black women who fought so much, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy.
That was Travi Trav with Black Women, a celebration of Black women here on the Writers' Room, and a very cool video, a well done piece of work, and like you said, interesting to sample Kamala Harris like that and make it feel, like something to be really proud of, something to be to get behind,
Yeah, absolutely. And that actually kind of segues into my words of wisdom and advice for people this week. So, as you mentioned, we are now out of Black History Month and into Women's History Month, but just because Black History Month is over does not mean we should not still be recognizing, embracing, and celebrating Black history. We should be doing that 365 days of the year. And, so my mom is like really into TED Talks. And so she sends me ones that she finds interesting. And she sent me one this week that is about hip hop and racism as it pertains to American education, and how how a lot of young kids in like elementary school, middle school, high school even are just so like discouraged from embracing hip hop culture because it's seen as unprofessional or it's seen as undesirable. And as such, the celebration of heritage and embracing of the roots of Black and brown folks is that spirit is murdered in that process of not letting them, do little things like drumming on their desks, and like having their headphones in as they're walking between class. And it made me think very introspectively about everything we need to be recognizing about like what we have taken and learned from Black culture in every aspect of our lives, especially as white people. So the music we listen to, the clothes we wear, the food we eat, the use of language, all of that stuff, like a lot of it has been derived and co-opted and appropriated even from Black culture. And it's like, it just bothers me and also bewilders me how some ignorant people are just so quick to like minimize the importance of and the impact that Black culture has had on all of us and what we consume and what we're passionate about and how we live our lives and the things we enjoy that make us comfortable. It's like everything, all the music we listen to has had some kind of
and even I mean, it's not just hip hop, it's rock music, it's
house
everything.
Music too. Yes. House music too. So like everyone who, goes to the club and parties to their EDM and goes to festivals, all of them should be studying Black history and Black revolutionaries and really honoring and respecting like
the heritage behind the music and the culture. Yes,
absolutely. And everyone should be doing that who plays in their rock bands. And if you're white and you rap, or if you're not Black and you rap, like you need to be like recognizing that we would not have all the dope shit that we get excited for, that we gravitate towards, that we appreciate so much. We would be nowhere. We would have such a flavorless society without Black people. And just because like the momentum from the uprisings last summer quieted down for some time. I know people were focused on the election. Like, I get it. People have jobs, people have financial struggles. I get all of that. But everyone, like, to this day and forward, like understand where your understand the impacts
the roots of it
that
come from.
Understand the impacts of like how beautiful Black culture is and how we owe it so much, and we
Yeah.
owe our, you know, our Black friends and family and coworkers and colleagues and peers. You owe them all of that honor and respect.
Yes.
Um,
Much more than the shortest month of the year. Um,
that's right.
and I think we did talk about this a little bit last June during, while all of the marches for progress were happening. There were people in the streets obviously making their voices heard. But like we said, during those early shows for this show, um, it wasn't lost on us that we're two white guys presenting music of all genres, of all backgrounds, of um, all basically,
Creeds, yeah.
yeah, all iterations of the human being. So, I agree with you wholeheartedly that Black History Month should not just stay in February. Like Black history should move beyond that. And if you haven't done so already, you should get educated on the history of some of the things that you love, because not only is it interesting, it's not as well documented or distributed as it could be. And I
Yeah.
think that that's something that needs to change. But
And
getting
yeah,
educated in the first place is definitely part of it. I think that's some great wisdom for this week. I was going to be very simple with my wisdom for the week. I got back to running this week and said, okay, you should just go do something that you've been meaning to do. We're not running out of pandemic time, but we are slowly making our way back to normalcy. If there's something that's out there for you that you are meaning to do, go do it. Go try it, because I think that's going to be the thing that um, you're going to most feel mentally stable from, is just going and trying it rather than racking your brain about should I, shouldn't I, whatever. So if there's something out there that you've been meaning to do, please go do that. So that was my wisdom for this week.
and that's good advice too. That's
I was
great
gonna say
advice.
certainly not as profound, but definitely, hopefully somewhat important to everybody watching. Thank you to everybody for watching out there. We do this live every week, Tuesday at 5 o'clock. We are here, however you're consuming us. If it's YouTube, if it's Twitch, if it's Facebook, we are here, bringing you the music, having fun, and honestly, I mean, this is something that again we just tried, and now look where we are. We've been doing this for damn near a year, which
Almost a
is
year.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, you can always check out new music every single day at breakingandentering.net. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. We got a podcast that is coming back this week Friday. We got a radio show on Spotify. Ben has the Mr. Nice Guy podcast as well. We got a weekly e-newsletter that you can subscribe to. I think I've named all of them. We're all over the damn internet. Thank you so much for watching the show and supporting it, and tell a friend about it. And we will see you next week on the Writers Room.
Cheers.